Can you hear me? Yes. Oh, good. No. Good morning, everyone. Good. How are you all? Right. Okay. Huh. Why it's not coming? I thought. Huh? Just somewhere. Good. Now, till now, what we have discussed, we'll have a quick recap. And today we are going to discuss something the depth. So basically, till now what we discussed is what is it backend, especially focus on backend, sir. Even online people, it's like different people are at different levels in this class. Like some were completed the JavaScript, some completed React also, some did not even complete the JavaScript, just completed HTML and CSS, I hope at least. But understand how the backend works. What is the main purpose of the backend? Okay. Today, because we are going to the depth of how the backend works. Okay. Initially, let's start with the backend. Now, you guys tell me what is the use of backend? What do you think is the use of the backend? Online people commented, sir, today. Sir, take the request from the client. Very good. Send customized response to the client. One. Perfect, actually. Any more? If the client is not requesting, is there any another use? That is one of the valid reason. To communicate with database. That is also logically true. Who communicates with the database? Server data communicates it. Correct? More? Develops the REST API. Yes, if you want to communicate with the databases or if you want to communicate with the front end on basically if you want to communicate with the front end, you will use APIs. We use actually REST APIs in web development. In reality, there are so many kinds of APIs like REST API, GraphQL API, SOAP APIs, okay, RPCs, so many, gRPCs, WebSockets. We have only REST API in our syllabus. More responsing for storing and manipulating the data. Correct. Or authentication. Who provides security to your application? Backend only, server only provides it. Okay. Because server needs to be secured, sir. Some servers will run all the time. Like for example, you all are using Windows laptop now. In Windows laptop, so many applications are there now. Have you ever thought how these applications were created? What language? Like you all are using Google Chrome. तो एक बार सोचो, तो ये Google Chrome कैसा बना दिया? Did they use HTML? Inside the Google Chrome, you use it. So many things. That was okay to me. तो Google Chrome कैसा बना दिया? वो MS Word कैसा? ऑपरेटिंग सिस्टम कैसा बना दिया? Have you thought of it, sir? Every programming language, basically, programming languages, which connects with the OS, which connects with the OS level, architecture level, okay, or the CPU core level, are actually the servers only. Like Windows Server, you are requesting something, okay. It will do so many other things like job scheduling. Imagine, like we all are using the Amazon. We all click the Amazon same button, same time. Some kind of offer is there. Some kind of offer is there. In 5 minutes, exactly the offer is going out. Something I'm getting the product for 10 rupees only. Everyone will click that product na. Add to cart. All requests will go to backend na. So backend has to schedule and perform these tasks one by one na. Okay. It has to do short job scheduling, the particular task scheduling ones. Like this backend is responsible so many things in the core level. So it is very important when you are learning a backend, you should understand how this backend engines works. For example, when you are learning JavaScript or when you are learning Java, when you are learning Python, okay, uh, if you like forget about Java and Python, if you are learning JavaScript one, if you don't know how the JavaScript engine works, still you can do JavaScript. You don't know how the E8 works, but छोड़ दो कुछ नहीं होता. Still you can do normal JavaScript. It's not a big deal because it works basically the front end one. You don't need to do depth. But when you are going for Node.js, you need to know something in inside what is happening it. Okay. Today we are going to explore that. Now we understand what is mean by backend and we understand how the client and server request happens. We also understand different kinds of architecture when you are implementing it, monolithic architecture, microservices architecture, and serverless architectures. We understand what is a Node.js. We will come back to it today again. Okay, Node.js is an open source class cross-platform JavaScript engine which runs, standalone. Like without the browser, you can run the JavaScript. And Node.js, we can build some kind of servers, CLI tools, and all real-time apps. Main points of Node.js, it is single-threaded, non-blocking IO, modular-based, modular-based, and asynchronous, everything. Now, we installed the Node.js, we run the first Node.js project. After that, we started discussing in Node.js something called modules. We understand there are some built-in modules. Built-in module modules, so some modules are there by default. The modules which are there default are core modules or built-in modules like FS. FS is for file system or OS, operating system, or URL to check the URLs, HTTP to check the HTTP requests to create the servers, HTTP servers, APIs and all. Okay. Or a path to check the path of the files. Okay. These kind of core modules we check. Later, we check how to create our own modules, right or not? We can create our own modules also. We created our own modules like local modules we created, such that in one file we write something, another file we run. And it worked because one file you exported, another file you imported. You understand two types of system. One is common JS, another one is ES6. ES6 is the latest one. But if you put ES6, you should write it a type equals to module in the package.json. You all remembered, ma? I want people to practice these things again and again. Okay, package.json के अंदर type equals to modules लिखना है. If you are doing it this year 6 1 import export keywords. Next, we discussed it like what are the uh, third party libraries, third party packages. Like yesterday we discussed, we discussed Express is there, Mongoose is there, or Cors is there, Axios is there. We installed one outer module called nodemon. Day before yesterday I showed you installed something called Chalk to show different colors. All you have to do is npm install something. Yesterday we discussed on how the package.json works, how the npm works. If you can, like if you want to try really, you can even put your own package also. Like someone can install npm install Prasad packages also. You can create your own libraries also if you do the program. Okay. If you go to npm website, they will show you the clear process how to install your thing, your own library. Till now, anyone have any questions? But one thing we didn't touch in depth in this particular Node.js one is how the asynchronous Node.js works. Yesterday we stopped in the middle of servers. Okay, HTTP servers, I'm repeating it yesterday. I will do one CRUD app, create, read, update, delete. One basic CRUD app I will do. After doing that CRUD app, I will explain you how the basic asynchronous programming works. Okay. Once you understand basic asynchronous programming, sir, the Node.js will be over. Then we will start Express.js. Express.js will be take more kind of like 2 weeks. Okay, where we will learn about how the Express.js works, how the middle works, controllers, and all the things, and then we'll do it like one project, and it will be over. Clear, ma? Are you all getting the point? Online, anyone have any questions, sir? No. Where are we in the yesterday? Yesterday we started something called Node.js servers. In server, I'm just explained you what is request, what is response, and we started doing one simple one. I think this is the one we tried. I write one code. Now let me run this code. Terminal, new terminal. If you want, you can get my code from the GitHub, sir. Usually, I will upload notes into the Google Drive, but if you want code, you will get it from GitHub. I think you all know how to use GitHub, na? If anyone don't know how to use GitHub, sir, I highly suggest people to use GitHub because you are backend developers. You should know how to use the CLI tools more. Okay. GitHub will not take more than 1 hour to learn. In YouTube or even in Naresh Shetty YouTube channel, you have GitHub by Prasad. I explained how to use GitHub in a clear video. You can watch it. Now, Node.js, like let's start here. CD backend, CD code, CD basic, npm, node app.js. Now my server is running at localhost 5173. If I go here, I'm getting it here, this particular logic. You can do server run it like this, or you can run the server using nodemon app.js. Yesterday I installed nodemon globally. Globally, bole to anywhere in my system I can use it now. Okay. So that's why I don't need to install it again. It will work. Any doubts, ma? Online, any doubts here till now? No. Yes. Everyone see this code also. Tell me in the server code if you have any doubts. Because if everyone is okay with the server code, then we will do it like post request and all requests. Online, are everyone clear, ma? Good. Now, instead of directly sending this, I will send this if request dot URL is equals to something slash users. If someone said it only slash users, sir, I will send this. Now, if I go here, no, the server is not running it. Slash users. Now, see, only when I say slash users, it is coming. Are you understanding, ma? Till now, when you write fake store API, it's not coming. See, normally, if anyone used front end, did you all use? I think yesterday I told everyone to see something called fetch. You all saw it, sir? Fetch, what will happen, sir? What will happen in fetch? API call करता है ना? हाँ. Now, I will do this fetch one. I'm doing it some kind of basic front end index.html script.js online and offline. Do you all know something called Bootstrap? You all heard of it. Okay. Uh, I I am not doing the React JS because some people were not confident with the React JS, so I'm doing it with the HTML and JavaScript. Okay. I don't want to write CSS and also I'm just using it some kind of Bootstrap that makes it work easy. Okay. It's like because we are not into the front end now, so we don't waste the time for the front end one. So I will just take it one simple bootstrap one. I will just use it, sir. Copy, paste, and I will just put here script src dot slash script.js h1 basic CRADA div id movies. Oh, sorry, users. If anyone don't know the basic JavaScript which I'm doing it, you can let me know, sir. Okay, this is of the class like a basic one. I just created here something called users one div. This is the HTML code. Okay, HTML code represents the structure of the page. I will just go to the JavaScript page. In JavaScript page, I will write it here. Const users div is equals to document dot get element by ID. ID name is users. So whatever the div I created in the HTML, I just take that particular div in the JavaScript. Okay, which is DOM selection. Right? You all know this. I'm just creating one function here, function fetch data. Now fetch data. Here, fetch. I will just write it here. HTTP localhost localhost 5173 slash users. If I go to here, I will get the data. Then whatever the response I got, response.json, then data console.log data. If I go here, if I run the HTML, sir, this is my front end, sir. If you see in console, now see front end is accessing the backend. Front end is accessing the backend. Everyone see, this is my user only, na? My backend only, na? My backend only. In this backend server is running, na? Dekho, sir. The backend server is running here, right? But I got some error here. Can you read this error, sir? Access to fetch at this particular location from origin. This particular location has been blocked by the CORS policy, cross origin. Okay, resource one. This one is CORS policy is what it will do when you want to elect it. Like for example, sir, I created one backend. Does anyone can access that backend? No, right? I have to fix it. If YouTube backend should be accessed by YouTube front end only. Like that, we will restrict it. If you don't allow from the backend, front end will not get that directly. Okay. How do you solve it? Backend should allow, na? Are you all understanding my point, ma? We are doing it like the complete one. any questions till now? Backend एक छोटा सर्वर क्रिएट कर दिया. That server is accessing in front end. Front end एक error आ गया. So backend के पास जाओ. मेरे पास दो codes है. This is backend. This is the another one is the front end. Now here, what I will do, sir, I will also write it here in the header only. Response dot write head, write head. I'm also writing the head, sir, here. Access. No, it should show suggestion, na? Why it is not showing suggestion? Huh? Access control allow origin. I should say asterisk. Asterisk means it is allowed for all. Hello. App crashed. Run it again. Now go here. Front end is getting the data. Error connection reset. Now it is running na. Error connection refused. Why backend is not running? No. Right head. Okay, right head should be like based on the status code and all, na. So write it here. Set header. I'm just setting one header. Now go here. Now also it got crashed. Cannot set headers after they are sent to the client. Okay. They are like already in 200 it sent the response. Okay. I should write this response always here. Now it came. Go here, front end. Can you see front end got the answer? Earlier I got error, na? Now not got error. Why? Because sir, I said access control allow the origin asterisk asterisk बोले तो allow anything. Allow whichever the file you want. Any doubts ma online? My response now whatever the response I am giving it, that response is also containing one header which is having it access control allow origin asterisk. Now request.url, if you are going it for users, it is printing it all the users. Anyone have any questions sir online? No. Front end will print them, sir. Front end will print them. Function display data. Sir, for Node.js, I'm just showing you complete full stack how they done. Actual full stack, we will do it in Express.js also. Okay, but Express.js is the best one. First, we will see in Node.js and what is the problem with it. We will see it like how much big difficult and all. Express.js makes it easy. Now, set header part again, one more time. What is header? When you are sending a response or when you are sending the request, at both the times you will give something called headers. What you will give ma? Headers. Headers gives you permissions. Headers gives you permissions. Sir, for example, request dekho. I want my like you all went to the Amazon na? In Amazon, I want my previous orders. Whatever the orders I have done, I am sending it. I am requesting my previous orders. Backend will give my previous orders, na? Right or not? But sir, what is the problem here? The problem is if you send same request, will you get also my previous orders? Are you all here? Sir, are you all here, ma? No. Brain chal gaya, पूरों का. Wake up, sir, everyone. One more time. You went to the Facebook. You asked friends list. I asked my friends list. I will get all my friends list, na? Right or not? Something slash friends list. आ गया. If you also request, will you get my friends list? No, na? क्योंकि when you are asking the friends list, in your header, it will pass, oh, username Prasad, password is this, or username this, it is having some token. So based on some credentials, whatever the credentials or extra information you want to provide for request or response, that extra information is provided in the header. Extra information is provided in the header. Like that's why I'm providing some extra information like 200 code response. Okay, something, content type and all. But problem is by default, front end cannot access it because I am not setting this access control allow origin. That means which kind of origins you are giving access. I wanted to give access to anything, then I will put asterisk. If you don't give asterisk, if you give it like http/youtube.com, only youtube.com can request this. No other website can request this. Are you getting my point, ma? So that is why earlier, if you don't put this, you will get the error. Now see, front end cannot access, it is blocked. By which policy? Why? Dekho, everyone read this. No access control allow origin header is present on the requested resource. Is it clear? That is why front end got this error. So back end I put this, sir. Clear ma online. Now, so front end access this, front end got the data, and the data front end will print it. How do you print it? The data is an array, data dot for each and every element. Index element comma index const div equals to document dot create element div const para equals to document dot get element document dot create element para element para inside the para dot text content is equals to uh, something element dot name and give it div dot append child para and main div which is users div dot append child div. This is all front end code. If anyone don't know, this is all basic front end code. Okay, I'm just giving the class list and all. If I go here, class name, text center, text primary F1, FS1, and MY4. Now here class name, container. Now if you go here, you can actually see it container and here div dot class list dot add class list dot add. Here what I'm doing it class names such as card mx4. Go here, go to the top. Instead of this, data, display data. Invalid error on DOM token list, space. Can you see here? I got three cards. And here, that three docs here, I wanted them to side by side. I will say it like D grid, row columns, three, style, grid template columns, repeat, 3 comma 1 FR. Everyone, can you see this, ma? I can even give it here. BG, supple, BG, success, supple, FS2, text center, P3. Now, sir, anyone tell me why I get this Naresh IT, Bangalore, and India names only? Why did I get this three names only? This is my front end. Where is front end is running 5500. Where is my back end is running? Dekho 5173. Because I wrote it in back end 5173 mein run karo. In back end, what are the names I gave? Naresh IT, Bangalore, India. And those names are coming it in the front end. Backend one server is running, sir. In backend, I have three people till now in my website. All three people are printing in front end, na? Online कोई doubt है, sir? Online, anyone have any doubt, sir? No. What if, sir, now some user is coming to my website? Like now, till now, Naresh Shetty is there, Bangalore is there, India is there. I have Prasad. Now Prasad is coming to my website. Prasad, where he will enter the data? If he wants to add, will he add in the directly backend or front end? Okay, दिमाग नहीं है. और एक बार, you go to one Facebook website, you will directly add it, go to the Facebook backend or Facebook front end. Users know only front end. Users know only, right or not? Front end users will enter. Sir, I want to add one more person, sir. That person is Prasad. When Prasad is added, sir, when Prasad is added, when Prasad sent that request, automatically that request should go to the backend. Figured out, eh? No, no. Thank you. Now, good. So just go to the bootstrap one. I'm not much focusing on the front end, sir. My main point is I want you to able to create some basic thing in the Node.js so that it will be easy for you to do remaining things. Now I will just go here, model, go here. I will just put here some model. I will go to my front end code. Why this model is not coming? Okay, there should be a button to launch. Then I will copy this. Go here. I will say add user, user, and here I will say add user name. Inside this body, I will put here one input box. Input type equals to text. ID is equals to INP and placeholder, enter username, class, form, control, LG, and here I will say it like submit. This is just a front end code. Go here, go to my website. Can you see here add user is there? Just a minute. సరే నేను నీకు అక్కర్లేదు నాకు ఏం చేయక్కర్లేదు నేను కాల్ చేయనా ఒక అరగంట కాల్ చేస్తాను నేను కాల్ చేస్తాను సరే good. Now if I click here add user sir, can you see I got it one form? See, this form is given by the bootstrap. If you wanted to check, you can check it here. Now, what is my logic? If someone enter here Prasad, front end, they will enter Prasad. If they click here submit, what should happen, sir? This Prasad should add it to backend. This Prasad should be added to backend, right or not? Now, how do you do that, sir? Online focus here, ma. Now, the moment they click this button, sir, I will take it here, ID, BTN. So I will go here. I will write it here and another function document dot get element by ID BTN. That means if anyone click this button, add event listener, click. That means, sir, someone click the button and automatically it will call one function. Click a button, call the function. Inside this function, in this function, I have to take the data na. What is the data you are getting it? Prasad. Prasad name I have to take it na. Okay. Now, uh, how do you take it here? Const input data is equals to document dot get element by ID. What is the ID for input? INP. INP dot value. Simple. I got the input value, sir. Now this input value, I want to send it back. Okay. Now to send back, did we write any code for the sending back one? No. You will not have 3, 4 endpoints. You will have same endpoint. What is the my endpoint slash users? That endpoint I write the get request. That same endpoint I should also write you post request. Na? Sir, there are basically 4 kinds of requests. How many? 4. What are they? Get, post, put, delete. There is something called patch also we will discuss, but get request means getting the data. Post request means we need to send the thing. So I have to send this data to the post request. How will I send it? Fetch. Same link, http slash localhost 5173 slash users. For this, I am sending it something called method. What is the method, sir? I'm sending, and I should also send body na. So body क्या है? Body is, sir. First, I should write it here. Let data equals to name. What is the name? Input data. Right or not? Now this input data, I'm sending it here. JSON dot stringify. Always you should send the stringify data. Sir, send the post request na? Any doubt, sir? No. Okay, sir. If you send the post request, sir, then whatever the response you got it, just check it, sir. Is it response correct or not? Console.log response. But the problem is, backend you did not write it for post request. Front end can do post request. Okay, it send. But does your backend know how to do post request, sir? I doubt. No. So I am writing it here in this one, throw a modification. If request.url is this, and if request.method, if request dot method is get. Now everyone see this, sir. I want it to work if URL is slash users and method is get. Then only do this. What if method is post? Possibility is there. In that case, I will do it like else if I can do it here, or I can do nested if also. I don't like nested if. That's why I'm doing it in this way. Nested if is actually more easy. Request dot URL is slash users. Request dot method is equals to post. If it is post, post means front end will send some data to you. When the front end is sending the data, that data you should receive it. Let something be empty. B is for the body. Whatever the front end is sending it, do you think backend will receive everything at one point? No, it will receive it by chunk, like bit by bit, kind of one. Okay, it will not get it the whole data, like a stream of data it will get. So to solve this stream of data, you need to write it in previous also one time we wrote request dot on when request is sent. Let's write it here. If the data is coming, if the request is closing, if the request is ending, if the request is having an error, if the request is sending the data, if the request is readable, in that case, if the request is data, at that time, I can even take the chunk of data, whatever the chunk of data you are getting it. The chunk of the data. I will get it here. Whatever the thing is coming, it b equals to b plus chunk. See, this is not accurate. I'm just giving you an example. Imagine if someone is sending it like Prasad from front end to back end. First, it won't come it in exact this way. It will come chunk by chunk. Chunk by chunk is like the bit by bit. In our understanding, let's think it like it is coming letter by letter, like P, R, A, S, A, D. Are you getting my point, ma? Like that, chunk by chunk will come, not exactly letter by letter in real case. It will be whole be converted into bytes, and the bit by bit it will come. When you are receiving it, that data I'm adding it into every time B, so that finally when this loop is over, when this whole data is received, it will have it like whole data in the name of B. Right now? Online, is it clear, sir? Online, is it clear? Now, so const new data is equals to, actually this B is a stringified version, because earlier you write json.stringify when you are sending it. So here I should write it json.parse so that it will be reversed. When you are sending the data, sir, you stringified, na? Do you guys know what is stringify and what is parser? To the people who don't know in JavaScript, this one, let obj is equals to, what is this, sir? Object, na? If I write it here, if I write it here, JSON dot stringify obj, can you tell me what is the difference between them? What is the difference between the both? JSON format, sir. Thank you. The second one is a complete stringified format, which is the JSON format. Okay. Imagine if I write it here, let X. But if I write it here, JSON dot parse, can you tell what happened now? Again, it went to become object, na? Front end stringified and send it. Like when you are sending data to someone, you put them in a box, and people who receive it will remove the box, basically. Doubt? Online, are you all understanding, ma? Online, is it clear till now? I just un I just parsed it, sir. I got the data and I will create it here. New ID, so new data dot every element also have ID. ID is equals to new data. Now data dot here everything is inside the data only, na? For me, array name is data. Data dot length plus one. Or you can even generate one random number. Okay, I am doing it data dot length plus one. The actual one is randomly you will generate one ID value. Okay, now I got it ID and I got this. I have to push it into the main one. To push it into the main one, all you have to do is data dot push new data. Simple. Let's write it here. Response dot right head 201 successfully added. Fully added. Response dot end. And ending only you can even send it directly. JSON dot stringify data. You go here. I will do the post request now. Everyone see this, what is happening now. Write it here, Prasad. Go to networks. When I click here, Prasad submit. Prasad submit. It is sending user some request, na? See here, headers में देखो. HTTP users. It is sending some request, sir. Huh? Request headers. It send post request only, na? Why it is not sending it here, the post or something kind of one? Payload is name, source, preview, response. Method, post. Hmm. Frontend is sending the request. Let's do this. Postman. Postman. Oh, why Postman is taking this much time, right? Here only I can do it, I think. Why system got stuck? The backend server got stopped. One more time. Let's send it one request. Let's click here. Let's click here name Prasad. Let's click here submit. Let's send some request here. Send the request. I got it here. Response nothing. Server got stopped. JSON.parse. Unknown input. Unexpected end of the JSON input. Why system stuck? Unexpected end of JSON input. Console.log. Console.log B. I'm just sending it B, sir. Okay. This all should be request dot on. When request is ending, I will send it something similar, sir. Prasad. If you see here, can you see it send one post request? Can you see what is the status code? Five status codes. Remember five status codes. First one, 200. 200 means 100% successful. Get request successful is 200. Get request successful is 200. Post request successful. Successfully created. Successfully created. Post request successful is 201. Post request successful is 201. 401. Sorry, 400, 404. 404 means not found. 401 or 400 means your requests are not correct. 500 errors are like server errors. If anything problem with the server or bugs, it will commit like 500. Now I sent here name. I got here response. Hey, why did I get the response here or something like this? I should send here. Oh, I'm getting chunk. Can you see chunk by chunk? I'm getting the data. No, na. I should get it here. It is printing it everything. Response. I have to convert this response to JSON. Then data console.log data. But can you see it here? Now four are there anyway, but the problem is not that it is not sending it exactly what we wanted. Here I'm sending it the data, but here data is not what we expected. Console.log data क्या है अभी? If I do it here, Raj, now I send here Raj, and I go here, it printed here all four. ID 4, name Raj. It is correct only, na? Are you all getting my point, ma? It is not saving it. See, for example, if I give Raj now, Raj will come, Raj will be added. But will Raj will be saved, sir? No. Again, when you send it Prasad, na, instead of Raj, it will be Prasad. Raj will be deleted for every new request because three are already there is static. Fourth one is adding it. Are you getting my point, sir? But how do you save them? That is where you will use database there. Everything is correct only. Only the thing is, it should not send it here whole data. Instead, it should send it directly new data only. Then it will be perfect. Like same thing. What if someone is requesting delete request? Then I should select only that particular one. I should delete it, and then I should send it that array new eraser. The array will be deleted. Anyone have any questions, sir? If request.url is a delete, you will give the specific ID. Only that particular ID will be deleted, sir. Again, explain post. Please understand, sir. The complete full stack. Now, front end is sending the data. Front end is sending the data. When someone clicking the button, submit button, automatically front end is taking what did you type it in the input box. It taking that value and it is creating one object and it is sending to localhost 5173 slash users post request. What request, sir? Post request. And it is also sending the data in stringified format. Stringified format means this whole object will become as a string, JSON format. Now, why do you send it a JSON format only? When request is sending to response, the response is sending to request, the data which they will transfer in REST APIs are JSON. Okay, because strings are immutable. In middle, nothing will happen. If you are sending directly data, there is a chance that it will have it like a trouble. So that's why we will send it as a stringified format. Now we are sending it string from the front end. So front end, it will go to the backend. Na? Backend. What the backend is writing? Backend is writing it like if request URL is slash users. Correct only, na? If request method is post, then take one b value. What is initially b value? Empty. Are you getting my point, ma? Empty value. Then request dot on. Whenever the request started, it will take the data. What it will take, sir? Data. In this data, it will take it everything chunk by chunk, one by one by. If you see just now, I showed you like chunk, like binary code, it will be there. Like chunk by chunk, it will receive, and then it will add it to B. Like for example, I'm just giving one normal one which is not real. Like if I send Prasad, if it receives P, B plus P. Empty plus P, P. Next R, P plus R. Next A, PR plus A. Next S. Like that, one by one, it will add. Now, whole answer is stored inside the B now. Then, whenever request is ending, what did you receive? I received the name Prasad. Then say, then that is a string. That stringified one, parse it. Then it will become object. But object one, add length also. I added length. Then that object one, push it to new data. I push it to the new data. Push that new data to the data. Already I have one array. What is the array name? Data. I pushed it. Then send it back. Request sent. You added in backend. अच्छा है, you added in backend. But front end को मालूम होना है ना? I sent one request front end. You should tell something na. So for front end, I'm giving one response. 201. What is the response? 201. I'm telling successfully added. Don't worry, I added successfully in the backend. And also what request I added also, I'm sending it back. The front end is accessing all the data. If it do display the data one more time, front end whenever it receives, what it will do, sir? Here it will do something display data one more time. Once it receives the response, whenever it receives the response, it will print that response. It will print that response. Also, it will do it here again, display data. Any doubt, sir? Or display data or windows dot location dot refresh means reload. What it will happen, sir? It will reload front end. Going here, write it here. Prasad, send the request. Reload Prasad. Johnny, Johnny. Barabar. Very simple. Doubt eh? Online any doubt, sir? Online anyone have any doubts? Doubt ma? No. Same. If someone send it a delete request, sir, in delete request, what will happen? People will send it the ID. Which ID you wanna delete it, they will send it. Based on that, whatever they send the request, they will delete it. The ID. I want people to try a basic CRUD. Okay. Today's task is today I want everyone to check it in internet just by using Node.js. You all know React. If you don't know anything in React also, you don't know anything in React also, step by step they go. Step by step. You check it in Google, or you check it in YouTube, or you check it in ChatGPT. I don't mind. I want only two things. React step by step, and Node.js, only Node.js. No need to have MongoDB, no need to have Express, no Express. Like, did I install any packages, ma? No, without any packages. Just Node.js, React. React will run it in one server, Node.js run it in one server. Node.js, you put one array of movies or something that will print in React.js. Print React.js, someone click delete, it will delete in Node.js. React.js, someone add, it will add it in Node.js, and Node.js will give all the users, React will print. Simple logic. Can you do that, sir? Try it. Tomorrow, I will explain you asynchronous programming, callbacks hell, promises, timers, and Node.js engine, how they work, libuv. Tomorrow, mostly the Node.js will be over, sir. Okay? Node.js is very, very small when compared to the other things. Still, you don't know most of the backend, but I want people to do it like basic CRUD. If you do CRUD, then Monday onwards, whatever I explain you, like, when I explain you Express, when I explain you authentication, you all will understand. Most people here not able to understand what is fetch also. That is a problem. Okay. If you don't know basic fetch only, that means you don't know like how with front backend connects only. That would be a problem, sir. So try to learn it. This is not rocket science. Don't waste until, sir, like my JavaScript is not over, my React is not over. I will learn it after that. No, don't take that. You are not learning. You are not creating a new language to do that all. You are just learning something front end. वो कितना time लगता? Front end में fetch कैसा करता है, sir? To learn that, it will not take 1 year, na? You will not wait until your JavaScript is over. छोड़ दो. Your JavaScript will be over like after 1 year. Who knows it? I don't wait until that time. Today only learn it. And if you have doubts, bring it to me tomorrow. Is it clear, ma online? Online, is it clear? That's it for today, sir. Thank you all. In case if you have any question, you can tell me now. Tell me your question, sir. You can check the notes in the GitHub. Yes, sir. By when do you complete the remaining modules? What does it mean by remaining modules? I didn't understand. You mean Express.js, authentications, uh, you know, yeah. It takes it like 2 weeks. 2 weeks. Mostly from Monday. 2 weeks it will be. Okay, 2 weeks you will get a clear idea on what is what, and the last third week we will do project. Yeah. Can you teach once again HTTP protocol whenever possible? See, the HTTP not protocol would be backend done within 3 weeks. Backend will take it like 4 weeks. Already 1 week is done. In another 3 weeks, it will be done completely. Original backend takes 4 weeks. 1 week is already done. In another 3 weeks, backend will be completed only. Can you teach once again HTTP protocol? What does it mean by like see? You mean HTTP server? Is this the one? Server? HTTP server? How HTTP works? HTTP is like a see, HTTP is a hypertext transfer protocol. That means, for example, you have front end, you have back end. Front end is sending request to back end. Back end is sending response to front end. But वो कैसा send करता? Like exactly how they send it? They have to follow some rules, na? What are the rules they will follow, sir? The rules they follow are under HTTP guidelines. There are some kind of rules. That rules are called HTTP protocol. So front end will send it HTTP something request to some website. Backend also will send it through that particular link only. Okay. And so how it will go? Backend you will create one server using HTTP. Front end you will request to that particular one. You go here, if you see it, some kind of website, like for example, I go to the website like YouTube. If in YouTube, sir, in YouTube, if I send it here, T, then Tarak Mehta is coming. How Tarak Mehta is coming when you type it T? Because front end is asking to this link. Dekho, in this link, it is asking, I want something letter T. And it is doing a get request. It is doing it 200. Okay. It is sending a request to this one, HTTP. Automatically, backend is giving one response. You see here, this is the backend answer. But how the backend will answer it? because backend will create one server using HTTP, and that backend will respond into that server. In that server, response will come to particular request, and front end will access it. Simple. It's like if I wanted to move one place to another place, what kind of vehicle I will use? Like I might use some kind of car or bike or something kind of one, but I will be on the road most of the times. That is the HTTP. By using which rules I will follow the traffic rules of the road. That is the HTTP protocol. Is it clear, ma? Like the ones who asked HTTP. Code will be there in the GitHub, sir. You can take it. Yeah. Thank you, ma. Thank you.